What is up, guys? It's TimeForDillon, back at it again with another crypto video. Thank you guys for tuning in. You guys are awesome. If you're new here, subscribe, bell icon, get notified when I post new videos because it's all time sensitive. In today's video, you already know what we're gonna do. Got to talk about what happened today with the FOMC meeting. Federal rates were raised today by 0.25%. Is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? I'm gonna tell you what kind of effect you can expect this to have on the market, short term, medium, and long term. So make sure you guys stay tuned until the end. And then, of course, we got to talk about Janet Yellen today going out in front of Congress and letting them know, no, FDIC insurance will not be blanket. We won't be covering everyone. Screw the poor people. So we got to talk about that. But of course, first things first, we got to take a look at the crypto market. As you guys know, markets are down 3.85% today. We're sitting at $1.14 trillion. Markets are still very strong. Okay. As a matter of fact, Bitcoin and the entire market seems to be rebounding from the dip that it had from this FOMC meeting. Now, I think most people in crypto, most people in the stock market were anticipating a 0% interest rate hike. As a matter of fact, I think CME has you can bet on it, and most people, a vast majority, it's like 79%, were thinking and anticipating 0% interest rate hikes. However, that didn't happen. Now, because rates were raised, every time rates get raised, what happens? Risk on assets tank a little bit. But here's the silver lining. What Jerome Powell said seems to be kind of dovish. Now, let me talk about this, right? He raised rates by 0.25%. He said that he needed to do that because of inflation. You guys already know that's the whole reason why we're raising rates. However, as I've been pointing out, and a lot of people have been pointing out, raising the rates is what caused the bonds to fail, which is what's causing the banks to go under. Because since 2008, the financial crisis, the federal government made a special exemption to make the federal interest rates 0%, and that lasted for 15 years. Should have never lasted that long. Corrupt people, greedy people, that's what's going to happen. So these banks have been acquiring bonds, which, as you guys know, are the safest form of investment on the planet, backed by the US government. They've been acquiring these bonds, and as a result of the insane inflation from printing dollars during COVID, which, you know, no fault of the government, I totally understand. However, that had an impact on inflation. And the only way to quell inflation is to raise rates, right? However, these banks, 60% of the balance sheet is in these bonds. If they raise rates, those bonds become worthless. Not really worthless, but worth less, right? Why would you buy a bond from the bank, 0% interest rate or close to 0%, if you could buy the same bond from the US government at 10, 12 times that return, 5, 6%. It's a no-brainer. So that's why banks are going under. You raise the rates, these banks have to liquidate the bonds at a loss. There's a hole. You can't cover that hole. That's the whole problem. So the Federal Reserve has their hands tied here, people. They can't really raise rates too high because it's going to crash the banks. But they can't not raise rates because then inflation will go rampant. As I've been pointing out, this is a lose-lose situation. There is no solution. We're simply delaying the inevitable. And actually, there is a solution. The solution is cryptocurrency, right? That's why crypto has been doing tremendously over the past couple weeks. There's so much uncertainty. So many people don't trust banks because these politicians, these federal officials, they come out and they lie, and they're not held accountable. So why on earth would they stop lying? There's no need. Lying is actually advantageous for them. So that's what they're going to do. Of course, there's no stopping this, people. It is the inevitable. That's why we need monetary policy that is not controlled by any central authority. We need monetary policy that cannot be altered without the permission of the people. That's the beauty of cryptocurrency. That's the beauty of Bitcoin. That's the beauty of Cardano. That is the beauty of decentralized ledger technology. That's why I'm in crypto. I think that's why you're in crypto. Most people get in to make a quick buck, but end up turning into maximalists like me. Crypto is the solution. Once you learn about it, you will get hooked. That's why we're here. But anyway, as you guys know, interest rates went up. That's why the market's tanking just a little bit. At points, Bitcoin went down to 26.5 on some exchanges. But at most exchanges, I saw it around 27,000. And now look, it's already back up to 27.4. So Bitcoin is resilient, the market is resilient, and that's probably because Jerome Powell actually seemed kind of dovish. He did allude to the fact that, yes, in the past, before the banks started crashing, They were anticipating raising rates much more aggressively moving forward. But since banks are crashing, Jerome Powell now has his hands tied. He can't be as aggressive with the rate hikes. And that's why today he had a lot of dovish tone talking about future rate hikes, alluding to the fact that they might even pause rate hikes altogether, which would be a massive victory for crypto and risk on assets. So I'm super excited. There's still such bullish news and bullish fundamentals moving forward. That's why we're here. That's why we're in crypto. We love it. You love it too. And of course, the whole market pretty much moving in the same direction as Bitcoin. When Bitcoin moves, market follows. You guys already know that. That's why Ethereum's down just a little bit, but probably by the end of the day, end of the week, we'll probably be right back to where we were. Moving on along really quick, before we talk about Janet Yellen, Lucid put out this tweet today, and I thought it was just such an interesting little surprise. Just received word that some Cardano devs have secretly fired up a Hydra node on the Cardano mainnet. Dude, that is insane. Mythical 100,000 TPS Cardano is much closer to becoming a reality. Now, if you guys don't understand Hydra head on Cardano, go over to cardanofoundation.org and read about it. It's a kind of short read, a couple of minutes. But basically, it's a layer 2 scaling solution for Cardano, which will allow the nodes themselves to process transactions independently of each other. And at the time of recording, there's somewhere north of 3,000 nodes on the Cardano blockchain. Each node capable of doing something like 1,000 to 2,000 transactions once everything is optimized. That's where the 100,000 number comes from. Each node can process thousands of transactions. Game over. Cardano will be the winner. Super bullish on Cardano, as you guys know. I mean, got the Clay Nation hat on, you know what I mean? But of course, short to medium term, we don't know what's going to happen with these markets, so prices may be going like this for quite some time. However, I'm bullish long term. You guys already know me. Moving on along, final topic of today, the Honorable Janet Yellen coming out and saying that they will not be providing blanket insurance for the bank deposits. Now, this is big news, people. Elon Musk a couple of days ago came out and said one way to instantly restore faith in the banking system would be to simply raise the FDIC insurance on each account. As you guys know, or maybe you don't know, the big banks that failed, right? Signal, SVB, Silvergate, all these banks, something like 90% of the deposits were not FDIC insured. So what does that translate to, people? That means 90% of those depositors had more than 250,000, which means they were the uber wealthy, the 1%. Of course, they're gonna get bailed out. You already know how this game works. It's crooked. Of course they get bailed out. What about the small banks? What about the little local regional banks that have the same issue? They're not gonna get bailed out. That's a big problem. What they're trying to do is centralize banking. They want you out of the regional little banks, in the big banks, so that the government can control it. That's where we're going, people. Pure government control. I want no part of it. CBDCs are gonna usher that in. I want no part of that. Get Bitcoin before it's too late. That's all I have for you guys today. If you guys made it this far, you guys are awesome. Smash that like button, drop a comment down below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I try to post daily crypto videos for you guys. And later today, I'm gonna be dropping lesson number 2, learning Python using ChatGPT. And of course, I tailored the videos towards cryptocurrency. So all the examples are gonna be like, oh, you sent 10 ADA to this wallet, blah, blah, blah. So that's what we're gonna try and do. Make it fun, make it interesting, and of course, make it about crypto, because that's what we're doing. If that sounds like something you're interested in, follow along, but that's all I got. You guys have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are. Dylan is out.